Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
The air feels different today, heavier somehow, as if the baseball gods themselves have taken a deep breath and decided to watch rather than interfere. This changes everything for the Toronto Blue Jays, because after a brutal, gut-wrenching loss in Game 6, the universe has funneled an entire season, an entire journey, into one final night. Game 7. There is no tomorrow. There is no margin for error. There is only this moment, stretching endlessly in front of us, daring the Blue Jays to take it. And here on the Blue Jays Report, we have multiple huge updates that completely reshape how tonight's game unfolds, from starting pitching shockwaves to emotional fallout that still hasn't settled in the clubhouse. Before we get lost in the chaos of it all, do me a favor and like the video, share it with a fellow Jays fan who's pacing their living room right now, and subscribe to the Blue Jays Report if you're not already. The support has been unreal, genuinely, and nights like this are exactly why this community exists. Let's not pretend yesterday didn't hurt. Game 6 was the kind of loss that lingers, the kind that replays itself uninvited while you're brushing your teeth or staring at the ceiling. That final base-running mistake didn't just end a game, it slammed the door on a storybook finish that felt scripted by destiny itself. But baseball doesn't care about scripts, and neither can the Blue Jays right now. There was time to be angry, time to cool off, time to replay every what-if, and now that time is over. Because Game 7 doesn't wait for emotions to catch up. One of the biggest storylines heading into tonight revolves around the Dodgers' pitching plan, and this is where things take a dramatic turn. When Tyler Glasnow entered Game 6 in relief following rookie Roki Sasaki, most people assumed the path was obvious. Glasnow on normal rest, big arm, power stuff, classic Game 7 starter. But the Dodgers had other ideas, and they've been keeping them close to the chest. Dave Roberts refused to name a starter post-game, playing the secrecy card like a veteran gambler. Then Joel Sherman pulled back the curtain, and suddenly everything snapped into focus. The Dodgers' plan, according to League Intel, is to start Shohei Ohtani on short rest in Game 7. Yes, that's Shohei Ohtani, the most gifted baseball player of this generation, stepping into the pressure cooker with the season on the line. It's a move that feels cinematic, almost mythological, like the hero insisting on fighting the final battle himself. And from a rules standpoint, it makes perfect sense. If Ohtani starts, the Dodgers keep his bat in the lineup as the designated hitter. If he relieves, they lose that flexibility. Starting him was always the cleanest option. Here's the thing, though, and this is important. The Toronto Blue Jays have already shown they can handle Shohei Ohtani. They've seen him. They've tagged him. They've forced him into uncomfortable innings. Yes, inherited runners played a role, but runs are runs in October, and confidence doesn't care how they come. This lineup does not fear Ohtani, and that matters more than any radar gun reading ever will. Of course, all eyes immediately swing to the other side, because the Blue Jays have officially named their starter, and it's a decision dripping with risk, courage, and unfiltered belief. Max Scherzer will take the ball in Game 7 of the World Series. Max Scherzer, 40-plus years old, eyes blazing, competitive fire still roaring like it's 2013. If there is a pitcher in baseball history built mentally for a moment like this, it's him. He has lived in pressure his entire career. He has thrived in it. He has also broken hearts with it. But let's not sugarcoat reality. Scherzer at home this season has been volatile. Home runs have been an issue. Mistakes have been punished. This is the definition of a boom or bust decision. He could give up 4 runs in the first inning and force chaos immediately, or he could carve through 6 innings like time itself forgot to age him. Both outcomes are on the table, and everyone in that dugout knows it. The leash will be microscopic. This is not a game for patience. Everyone on the active roster is available to pitch, and that includes arms you never want to see unless absolutely necessary. Trey Savage, in particular, looms like a nuclear option out of the bullpen. When asked if he'd want to pitch in Game 7, his answer was simple and perfect. Hell yeah. That's not bravado. That's hunger. That's belief. Ideally, though, you don't want to need him early. If Trey Savage enters the game, it probably means something has already gone sideways. The dream scenario is Scherzer gives you 4 or 5 gutsy innings, Chris Bassett piggybacks with his postseason composure, and then the familiar late-inning monsters take over. Jeff Hoffman, Jordan Romano. Lock it down and let the offense breathe. There is good news on the injury front, and it matters more than people realize. Alejandro Kirk's X-rays came back clean. No fracture. He will be ready to play. That stabilizes the lineup immediately. George Springer, somehow, continues to defy logic. At 36, with pain written across his face every swing, he has still progressed over the last 48 hours. He is a gamer in the truest sense, and even yesterday, through grimaces and visible discomfort, he nearly wrote history. One swing away from a World Series winning moment that will haunt Dodger fans forever, and inspire Blue Jays fans regardless of what happens tonight. Lineup decisions will be fascinating, and this is where John Schneider earns his pay. Dalton Varsho struggled yesterday with pitches he's crushed all year, including a hanging splitter that felt like a gift. Baseball has a cruel sense of irony. Addison Barger, despite the base-running mistake that ended Game 6, squared up Roki Sasaki with authority. The ball exploded off his bat. In another universe, that swing changes everything. That's the butterfly effect of October. Barger owned his mistake post-game. No deflection. No excuses. He admitted the read was bad, admitted he didn't think Kike Hernandez would get there. StatCast says that ball had a 71% chance of being a hit. But percentages don't matter when gloves meet leather. Kike made a phenomenal jump, an underrated defensive play that will be overshadowed by the base-running error, but both things can be true at once. It was a mistake, and it was also great defense. And now, none of it matters. That's the beauty and cruelty of Game 7. Everything resets. Every hero and every villain gets a clean slate. Andrés Giménez, criticized by some for staying in the game, put Goodwood on the ball. He has been one of the clutchest players on this roster all postseason with runners in scoring position. You live with that contact every time. This is it. One game. One night. One chance. Either the Toronto Blue Jays lift the World Series trophy at home, or they suffer a heartbreak that will echo for decades. Cinderella stories don't guarantee happy endings, but they always demand courage at the final chapter. This team has answered every challenge thrown at them all year. Early season struggles. Doubt. Injuries. Being counted out repeatedly. They retaliated every time. From season-saving home runs to statement series wins, from surviving the AL East to standing one win away from immortality. They need one more moment. One more stand. So wherever you're watching from, buckle in. Like the video. Share it. Subscribe to the Blue Jays Report. And remember this feeling, because nights like this are why we love this game. Game 7 doesn't promise happiness, but it promises truth. And tonight, the Blue Jays will show us exactly who they are.